Thanks for joining us for another episode of Why Art. I am here with the talented Bianca Color. Thanks for joining me for another great episode. To get things started, you have dedicated your art to a craft that I would see as the fine art of hair color, where you have a brush like another artist. You just substitute dye for paint and your canvas is somebody's hair. Would you agree with that?
I definitely think that coloring hair or doing hair is, an artistry. I think it's super interesting because what I do to you, even if I color the same thing on me, it's still going to look different than it ever will on you or him or her. And I also think it's super cool because you also have to formulate, or in my case, I formulate colors, and I think that's really interesting because, again, what's formulated for your hair will probably not get you the same exact color if you use those same exact chemicals on my hair. So I think it's pretty cool.
So you have not just dedicated your life to being a hair colorist, but also a mad scientist. How old were you when you first wanted to get into coloring hair?
I've always wanted to do hair ever since I was little. My parents have home videos of them asking me, my siblings, what do you guys want to do when you're younger? And my older sister's 5'1". She's like, I want to be a professional basketball player. And then my younger brother, he wanted to be a bus driver. And my younger sister, I can't remember what she wanted to do, but they're like, Bianca, what do you want to do? And I'd be like, well, I want to do hair. And they're like, whose hair do you want to do? They're like, oh, just everyone on TV and all the models and all the movie stars. Okay, little girl.
Go for it.
Yeah. So I think it's cool that I don't know many people that are actually doing what they've been wanting to do ever since they were a child, So I think that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, my dreams of being a firefighter definitely died many years ago. So where did you go to school to study hair?
So I graduated high school when I was 17 at Arcadia High School, and then I went to cosmetology school at PCC, and it's 1,600 hours in California, beauty school. So I went for 10 hours a day, then I graduated in 10 months, and I was 18 when I graduated beauty school.
So after graduation, how did you get your first job in being a hairstylist or hair colorist?
So it's 1,600 hours. So I told my teacher, Gloria Visor, I want to work on the West Side. I want to make a lot of money, and I'm going to be the best. And she was like, okay. And so Gloria is, she used to do Marilyn Monroe, James Dean. She's been around in the industry for some time now, and, she's very respected. And so she's not an easy teacher, and she doesn't give A's to everybody and this and that. So I told her this, and she's like, all right, well, I'll see what I can do. I was like, great. I'm not going to do anything. It's going to be terrible, whatever. So the next day, she's like, you have a job at Sally Hirschberger. So whatever they say you're doing, do it. And I was like, okay. So then I came here, I interviewed, I got hired 2 days after I graduated, and I started assisting for Sue Lake Hilton.
So you've been at Sally Hirschberger for 6 years, and you work 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. on your feet, 12 hours a day. Where are you, a robot, or just where the fuck do you get your drive and hustle to work insane hours like that?
Well, I really like what I'm doing, so it's not necessarily like it's a hassle or, that I'm dreading going to work. I really like painting on heads. I think it's pretty fun. And, so I feel like I'm pretty lucky. And also too, this is a very competitive industry, just as any other one is. And so if I'm not going to be the one willing to stay here and do it late or early or whatever it is, then someone else is. And like I said, it's super competitive, and I'm really competitive.
So looking back, you're 6 years old. Do you wish you would have done something else, like be a dancer or be a bus driver with your brother?
Oh my god.
You being a bus driver?
So I think I'm pretty fortunate to be doing what I want to do. I don't think that there is any other industry necessarily that I would like to be involved with. The only problem is I'm actually allergic to bleach, so I can't do it for too much longer. But
how many of your clients know that?
Some of them, no, not all of them. But yeah, so I've created, there's been some health issues that have come up. So, I mean, as far as everything else goes, I have different things planned along down the line. But I feel like I'm really fortunate to be doing what I do, and I don't mind really working long hours.
Other than making sure that you're not allergic to bleach or any hair chemicals, what advice would you give to someone who is interested in following in your footsteps?
I would say definitely start assisting right out of school. You think you know everything, you don't know shit. So definitely assist somebody and learn as much as you can. I find that, if you're not learning something every day, then you're doing something wrong. And I think education is extremely important, and traveling. So if you're traveling and you see more, I believe as an artist that you have more to offer. And if you have more to offer, then you're only bettering yourself. So
get some traveling in. I need to do that.
Yeah.
Really, what are you looking to do next for your world, your career? What do you want to do?
Well, I have developed some allergies and stuff to certain chemicals, and I would like to eventually create my own color line, which I think would be very fun.
Yeah.
So that's kind of next, and yeah, I have some other little projects here and there that I have, but I would like to continue to travel with Olaplex. I'm an international educator with them, so I would like to continue traveling with them worldwide and educating.
Yeah.
I think that's fun.
Yeah, teaching people a little bit of what you've learned. That's kind of why we're here today. So part of one of the reasons why I really wanted to sit down with you is because you have a great story of how you built your clientele base. Share with us of how you kind of got started. Because would you say that's one of the more difficult aspects to everyone once they're out of school?
Definitely. So, assisting's hard, don't get me wrong, but building clientele is harder. So I went assisting. I had Mondays as my own day, and then Tuesdays, and then Wednesdays, and I was still part-time assisting my boss, Bianca. And when I went full-time, I had 5 days a week to myself to start taking clients. And so if you're not taking clients, you're not making money. So basically I was like, okay, well, how am I going to get clients? So I had actually reached out to one of my favorite clients who I love, Rachel Barnes. And
Rachel Barnes.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so I had gotten in touch with her, and I just thought that I could do her hair and that I could help her out and stuff. And so she agreed, and so she came in and got her hair colored. And then after her agency had contacted me and was like, we love what you did with Rachel's hair. We'd want you to work with all of our models, And then this model moves from this agency to that agency, and so on and so forth, kind of ripple effects. So I've been fortunate enough to do that through word of mouth based on social media, I guess you would say. So social media has been super helpful to me in every aspect of my job.
Yeah. For when you sustain your career for this long, and there's so many, millions of options with hair, how are you finding your inspiration? Is it fashion? Is it music? What's inspiring you when you have a client sit down with you that wants just something different, something crazy?
Well, I think you obviously have to take into consideration the person. They have to wear it every day, so you have to feel them out, kind of vibe on them, and then also based on their looks, their hair color, their current hair color, their natural hair color, their eye color, their skin tone. Everything really plays a factor into it. But I would say traveling really inspires me and allows me to see more, and I think that helps me create something better, or create something better on whichever individual it is.
So for everyone that's watching this video, travel on over to Instagram and visit Bianca and check out her clientele list. Her Instagram is @Bianca Color. That's COLOUR.
Yes.
And if you're interested in getting an appointment, she does awesome color. You can look up Sally Hirschberger Salon online. But Bianca, I want to thank you for sitting down with me. It's been such a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Great.
Everybody, welcome to the 4th episode of Why Art. I'm here with the one and only Bianca Color.
Hi, thanks for having me.
So Bianca, tell me what made you get into coloring hair? I mean, clearly you really know, what colors look great on what skin tone.
Obviously, purple is my favorite color. It's fabulous. Yeah, I just love hair color.
So how did you know you wanted to do color? Why color?
Well, it's a tragic story, but at a young age, all of my hair caught on fire, and because my brother, and I haven't really shared this story with many people, but this is actually my real hair.